Hello there, my friend. It's me, Saeed Risalat. I've got a story that's going to tug at your heartstrings and leave you feeling inspired. Picture this: a little pug named Brujo, a family's beloved pet, fighting for his life against all odds after a heartless act of jealousy. But it's not just a sad story. It's a tale of love, resilience, and triumph. You should watch this video because it's more than just a story about a dog. It's about the unbreakable bond between humans and their pets, the power of love to overcome even the darkest of moments, and the reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary stories come from the deepest connections of the heart. So grab a tissue, get cozy, and join me as we dive into Brujo's triumph, a tale of love and recovery. You won't want to miss this touching story that'll leave you feeling all warm and fuzzy inside. Did you know that pugs like Brujo were once the pets of Chinese emperors and were highly prized for their adorable looks and charming personalities? They were even kept in luxurious accommodations and had their own soldiers to guard them. So, are you ready for a heartwarming tale that'll have you hooked from the first bark? Imagine this: a little pug named Brujo, a family's furry bundle of joy, facing a life and death battle against a sinister act of jealousy. But this story isn't just about a pet. It's about the unbreakable bond between humans and their furry companions. It's about love, resilience, and the triumph of the indomitable spirit. Join me on a roller coaster of emotions as we dive into Brujo's triumph, a tale of love and recovery. Get ready for a story that'll make you laugh, cry, and believe in the power of love. Part 1. A pug named Brujo. Let me introduce you to Brujo, a little pug with a big personality. He was the Khan family's pride and joy, a furry ball of energy who brought endless smiles and laughter into their lives. One sunny morning in Mala, Karachi, Brujo was out in the garden, chasing butterflies and basking in the warmth of the sun. His shiny, chocolate-brown coat glistened in the sunlight as he frolicked around, his tail wagging in pure delight. "Brujo, come here, boy," called Mr. Khan, his voice filled with affection. Brujo bounded over, his eyes sparkling with excitement. He knew that whenever Mr. Khan called him, there was a treat or a belly rub waiting for him. As Brujo snuggled up to Mr. Khan, Mrs. Khan joined them, her eyes twinkling with love. "Look at him, he's such a joy," she said, gently stroking Brujo's head. "He's more than just a pet, he's family," Mr. Khan replied, wrapping an arm around Mrs. Khan. Brujo wagged his tail happily, feeling the warmth of their love enveloping him. But Brujo wasn't just a pampered pet. He had a mischievous side too. One day, he managed to sneak into the kitchen and steal a piece of Mrs. Khan's famous chocolate cake. "Brujo, you little rascal!" Mrs. Khan exclaimed, trying to hide her smile as she scolded him. "You know chocolate isn't good for you." Brujo just looked up at her with his big, pleading eyes, his tail wagging frantically. Mrs. Khan couldn't stay mad at him for long. She chuckled and said, "Oh, you're impossible to resist." From that day on, Brujo became known as the cake thief of the Khan household, but he was also their source of endless joy and unconditional love. Whether it was playing in the garden, cuddling on the couch, or going for walks in the park, Brujo was always by their side, his presence filling their home with warmth and happiness. Little did they know, Brujo's life was about to take a dramatic turn, testing their love and resilience in ways they never imagined. But that's a story for another time. Part 2. A sinister act of jealousy. Life in the Khan household was blissful, with Brujo at the center of it all. But one day, jealousy reared its ugly head, shattering their peaceful existence. It all started with a new family moving in next door. They had a pug too, but theirs was a flashy, purebred pug with a pedigree that could rival royalty. The neighbors' envy grew as they watched Brujo, a simple, lovable mutt, steal the spotlight with his charm and antics. One evening, while the Khans were out for a family dinner, the neighbors decided to take matters into their own hands. They sneaked into the Khan's yard and left a poisoned treat for Brujo, hoping to rid themselves of the competition once and for all. When the Khans returned home, they found Brujo lying on the ground, foaming at the mouth, his tiny body racked with convulsions. Mrs. Khan screamed in horror, while Mr. Khan's heart filled with rage. Who could do such a thing? He shouted, cradling Brujo in his arms. Dr. Ahmed, the neighborhood veterinarian, was summoned immediately. As he examined Brujo, his face grew grim. "He's being poisoned," he said, his voice tinged with sadness. "It's a miracle he's still alive." Tears welled up in Mrs. Khan's eyes as she looked at Brujo, who was fighting for his life. "Please, doctor, you have to save him," she pleaded, her voice trembling with emotion. Dr. Ahmed nodded solemnly. "I'll do everything I can," he promised, his determination unwavering. He worked tirelessly through the night, administering antidotes and treatments, his heart breaking at the sight of Brujo's suffering. Days turned into nights, and nights into days, as Brujo clung to life by a thread. The Khan family's world crumbled around them, but their love for Brujo never wavered. They took turns sitting by his side, whispering words of encouragement and love, willing him to fight. One day, as the sun rose over Mala, a miracle happened. Brujo opened his eyes, his tail wagging weakly. The Khan family couldn't believe it. Their beloved Brujo had survived against all odds. From that day on, Brujo's story became a legend in Mala, a testament to the unbreakable bond between humans and their furry companions. And as for the neighbors, well, they learned that jealousy only breeds bitterness, while love conquers all. Part 3. The battle for Brujo's life. Brujo's survival was nothing short of a miracle. But his journey was far from over. Dr. Ahmed continued to monitor his progress, determined to ensure his full recovery. As Brujo slowly regained his strength, the Khan family showered him with love and care, grateful for every moment they had with him. "You're a fighter, Brujo," Mr. Khan would say, rubbing Brujo's ears affectionately. "You've got a lot of life left in you." But the road to recovery was not easy. Brujo's body was weak, and the effects of the poison lingered. Dr. Ahmed prescribed a strict regimen of medications and treatments, and the Khan family followed them religiously, determined to help Brujo heal. One day, as Mrs. Khan was feeding Brujo his medication, she noticed a glimmer of hope in his eyes. "He's getting better, I can feel it," she said, her voice filled with joy. Dr. Ahmed smiled. "He's a fighter, that's for sure. But he still has a long way to go." Weeks turned into months, and Brujo's progress was slow but steady. The Khan family's faith never wavered, and they held on to the hope that one day, Brujo would be back to his old self. Then, one morning, as the Khan family gathered around Brujo, they noticed something different. His tail was wagging more vigorously, and his eyes were bright with life. "He's back," exclaimed Mr. Khan, tears of joy streaming down his face. "Our Brujo is back." Dr. Ahmed examined Brujo and smiled. "He's made a remarkable recovery. I've never seen anything like it." The Khan family rejoiced, their bond with Brujo stronger than ever. They knew that Brujo's survival was a testament to the power of love and determination. Brujo's story spread throughout Mala, inspiring others with its message of hope and resilience. People came from far and wide to meet the little pug who had defied death and emerged victorious. As for Brujo, he basked in the love and attention, knowing that he was truly a part of the Khan family. His spirit was unbroken, his love for life stronger than ever. Answer: Ruo's triumph became a legend, a story of love, courage, and the unbreakable bond between humans and their pets. It was a reminder that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will always come, bringing with it a new day filled with hope and possibility. Part 4: Love, Resilience, and Triumph. Brujo's miraculous recovery not only brought joy to the Khan family, but also inspired everyone who heard his story. He became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that love can conquer even the darkest of times. As Bruo's fame spread, so did the love and admiration for him. People from all walks of life came to visit him, eager to hear his story firsthand. Brujo, ever the charmer, greeted each visitor with a wag of his tail and a twinkle in his eye. One day, a group of children from the neighborhood came to visit Brujo. They had heard about his incredible journey and wanted to meet the brave little pug for themselves. "Wow, he's amazing!" exclaimed one of the children, petting Brujo gently. "I wish I could be as brave as him." Mrs. Khan smiled. "Brujo is special, but you have your own kind of bravery too. Just like Brujo fought to survive, you can face any challenge that comes your way." The children nodded, understanding the message behind Brujo's story. It wasn't just about a dog overcoming illness. It was about the power of love, courage, and resilience in the face of adversity. As Brujo's story touched more and more hearts, the Khan family realized that his journey had a greater purpose. They decided to share his story with the world, hoping to inspire others to never give up, no matter how tough life gets. They wrote a book about Bruo's triumph, detailing his journey from the brink of death to a life full of love and joy. The book became a bestseller, touching the hearts of readers everywhere and spreading Bruo's message of hope and resilience far and wide. Brujo's story also inspired the Khan family to become advocates for animal welfare. They started a campaign to raise awareness about the importance of treating animals with kindness and respect, hoping to prevent other pets from suffering the same fate as Brujo. Years passed, and Brujo grew old, his chocolate brown coat now flecked with gray. But his spirit remained as strong as ever, a testament to the love and resilience that had carried him through the darkest of times. As Brujo lay in his bed, surrounded by his loving family, he knew that his journey had been more than just a story. It had been a lesson in the power of love to heal and the strength of the human spirit to overcome. And as he closed his eyes for the final time, he knew that his legacy would live on, inspiring others to never lose hope, no matter how impossible the odds may seem. So, what did we learn from Brujo's incredible journey? That love knows no bounds, not even those set by a sinister act of jealousy. Bruo's story is a reminder that our furry friends aren't just pets, they're family. It's a tale of resilience, hope, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. So, next time you cuddle up with your pet, remember Brujo and the Khan family's story. Let it be a testament to the power of love and the strength that comes from facing challenges together. Thanks for joining me on this emotional ride, and remember, love conquers all.